This music genre is here to stay because it connects to the people more than any other form of cultural content.
All right. Well, you can't speak of Moroccan rap music without mentioning Dizzy Dros. The Casablanca native has been making popular music for over a decade, etching himself a top spot in the North African hip-hop scene.
There's always going to be young generations who come with the same energy we had 10 years ago, and they want to be all out, and they want to be violent, and they want to, be uncensored. But they will also grow up.
Known for his sharp lyrics and smooth rap flow, Dizzy is one of the most streamed Moroccan rappers in the world today, with his music garnering more than 250 million hits on YouTube alone. In 2021, Dizzy won the Afrima Award for Best Male Artist in North Africa, while also performing at the ceremony held in Nigeria.
Kind of opened my mind to this thing where we always want to please the North when everything is actually happening in the South.
In this episode of Real Talk, we speak to the Moroccan rapper in a conversation filmed over 2 parts. In this part, we focus on North African rap music and its place in the international music scene, as well as the importance of language, identity, and cultural heritage in this rising genre.
Dizzy Dros, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you.
It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Man, I've been so excited to have you on. I lost my voice this morning. I'm gonna try to make it work.
Yeah, that's all right.
I was curious though. I mean, you're able to walk a lot more freely around London, right? Yeah. Much more than Morocco.
One of the reasons why I moved out here.
Yeah, exactly. And tell me about that. I mean, because you're a megastar, I got a taste. I was walking with you. I got a taste. I saw how people come around you, and I'm talking about London. That must have some sort of effect. Does it have an effect?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously in London it's not the same as Morocco unless I walk in Central. But yeah, I think it's cool to be recognized in the street, like when people stop you. I think it's cool for about 18 months.
For 18 months.
and then
what happens?
Then it becomes like, I just want to be a regular guy. I just want to go to regular places. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm good where I'm at. I like everything about it. But as my father always tells me, this is the tax you pay for being who you are. You gotta deal with it.
How do your parents take all this?
Oh man, parents, it's a lot. That's a long process. I don't think we ever spoke face to face about what I'm doing with my parents.
But they obviously know.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they knew kind of late. Like I was already like probably 4 or 5 years deep in my career before they knew who I was really doing, especially my father. My mom knows, but your mom is your mom. She only wants to see you doing good in life, healthy, safe. But my father always had doubts. Obviously, I grew up in what would you call a religious family, very conservative. So my father would never, like if he had to choose, he would never let me do this just because of the stereotype. It's because of the image that goes with being a rapper or artist or involved in art in general. But yeah, I think through the years, he saw that it hasn't really changed me as a person. Like I'm still the same guy.
Same on the inside.
Yeah, and I haven't taken the wrong route. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go places where I'm not supposed to go. I'm a family guy. I'm a pretty regular guy when it comes to my personal life. So I think that got him a little reassured. And I think also at this point he enjoys the fact of being my father because even people recognize him now.
Okay.
That's his father.
Yeah. Dizzy's there.
He's got more people talking to him and just asking him about me, and it's kind of exciting.
We're spending a day together. You've been very gracious with your time. We're gonna be in a few spots around town. But first, I think we should grab something to eat. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we sit down?
Let's go
have
for
a
pizza.
chat. Let's go for pizza? All right, it's done. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Before we order, I want to ask you this. If we look at Moroccan rap, it's usually described as an art form that is distinctly North African. How is Moroccan rap different than, let's say, rap in Egypt? Or if we go even further east towards the Gulf, how is it different from other areas in the region?
Well, I think it's clearly that the geography plays a big part of that because we always been the first receptor to everything that comes from the West, notably with the big diaspora in Europe. or in the States. And I think that allowed us to kind of experience with things a bit before of the rest of the region. When it comes to the music, I'd say we found a way to keep the core of hip hop, like without having to change it a lot, but getting the message through in a language that everyone understands. I believe one of the reasons why this culture is here, or this music genre is here to stay, is because it connects to the people more than any other form of cultural content. Like even movies, for example. Like when you watch TV, me growing up, never felt related to any movie character, any Moroccan movie, because they don't even speak Darija we speak on a daily basis, because they have to be all munaqqaha, they all have to be, you know, defined and refined and use almost close to classic Arabic than the everyday spoken Darija. And that's a big part of why it doesn't hit the same. While in rap music, we're just speaking as the next guy on the street. So people do understand every word.
Okay, well tell me, what is the importance of rapping in Darija as opposed to rapping in standard Arabic in Morocco, for example? And Darija, just to clarify, Darija is a very distinct Moroccan dialect, right? And it's widely spoken in the country. But it's not understood, let's say, away from the Maghreb region, for example.
Yes. I'm gonna say something that, I mean, it's completely an opinion of mine. I think rap takes credit for making Darija cool in Morocco.
Really?
I remember 10 years ago, there was no chance of you seeing a TV commercial in Darija. There was no chance of you seeing a billboard in the street written in Darija. Everything was either classic Arabic or French. While now Darija is the new cool. People are actually proud of speaking Darija. And I'm not talking about like people, I'm talking about institutions, I'm talking about brands. Like everyone is branding now in Darija, when just probably 5-6 years ago wasn't the case. The idea was always that Darija wasn't expressive enough, like you couldn't express yourself enough with it. And that's how people naturally, they kind of escape from it to French or to English.
What is Darija to you? What is Darija to Dizzy? How do you look at the language? Because, you know, whether you accept it or not, you're one of the not only the veterans, but you're at the forefront of Darija rapping, right? So what is the language to you?
It's identity.
Identity.
Yeah, it definitely defines who you are, because the fact of it having this little mix, although it's basically Arabic, but it also have this mix of different other languages, I think it gives a complete picture of what Morocco is. This idea of you can be Amazigh, you can be from French descent, you can be from Jewish descent, you can be from other countries, God knows what, but you still hold that identity, the Moroccan identity. That's how Morocco connects us through the language, through Darija.
All right, man, pizza's here.
Yeah, man.
This is halal pepperoni, by the way, for people in the comment section. You know, just to make sure that it's on record.
Yeah, man.
What do you like the most about the Moroccan rap scene today?
I think I like the fact that it's getting the sunshine it deserves for all the years that many rappers been putting in the hard work.
You think it's at its peak right now? It's at the highest it's ever been in terms of, you know, its exposure?
I don't know if it's peak. I don't know if there's more, but it's definitely the peak of anything that's been there before.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like the diversity.
Yeah.
I like that there's a few subgenres. Like, okay, when you speak about Moroccan rap, I can name you 2-3 guys that do complete different music from each other. Everyone knows their space. Everyone knows who they're targeting, and they're comfortable with it. And nobody's trying to get the other guy's audience. And I think that's how you build a whole movement.
Okay, well that's the thing that you like. What about something that you dislike about the Moroccan rap scene?
What is something I dislike?
Can't be nothing. Can't be nothing.
If I have to criticize one thing, it would be just the way brands handle the music in Morocco, like how they use it in their advantage, and they're not ready to invest as much as they want to use. Egypt is way more advanced than Morocco when it comes to show business in general, or when it comes to advertising. And I think the brands in Morocco are not doing a lot of effort. They want the easy way out. With little money, they want to use everything that's in there. Like, they want to use the culture in their advantage. And because most of the rappers still don't have management, like they don't have strong advisors that can advise them, that can regulate the price market and all that stuff. And I think brands are picking on this, and they're using it in their advantage.
Well, speaking of criticism, how's Nouman Lahlew doing?
I hope he's all right.
Listen, I want to talk a lot more about that. We're just wrapping up here. We're gonna take a walk, and I'll ask about Nouman Lahlew. Can I do that?
Of course.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. Let's head up. The reason why I mentioned Nouman Lahlew, first of all, for context, he's a Moroccan artist that belongs to, let's say, a classical generation of artists, right?
Yeah.
So Nouman Lahlew, this artist, he comes out, he attacks rap, right? He goes on a TV program in Morocco and basically attacks rap, says it's some sort of cheap genre, all these things. What happened with this whole situation? Can you tell me?
Actually, it didn't attack me personally up until I kind of gave a response to it, because yeah, it was exactly what you said. So he was running these small capsules on TV,
Yeah.
a 5-minute, 10-minute thing about every genre of music in Morocco.
Yeah.
And obviously, I haven't watched any of the other episodes. I only watched the rap one when it was dropped, and I saw that there was a lot of misinformation in it, and overall, it just gave like a negative feeling to it.
Because he said that the genre is, it's violent,
Yeah.
and it's cheap, it's not actually music.
And just to be fair to the guy, I was like, well, let me just go back and watch other capsules to see if that's like the genre. So when I went back, I saw how he was praising other genres. Cool, that's fair enough. So I had to go back and really watch the rap one over and over, and it really gave me a bad feeling about something that I feel like I know a lot about. It's something that I came up with. It's something that I raised myself with, and it's just a matter of credibility. Sometimes it's not even about opinion, because you could be entitled to your own opinion, although you're on TV acting like a journalist at that point.
Right.
Like you're just informing.
And he's
So
giving
you're
out
not-
facts, because he's saying like these rappers, all they do is use auto-tune, and right? Like
Yeah, that
he
was
got into
that was one part of it. The other
Yeah.
part is mentioning things about how rap is somehow involved with crime, and how many rappers died in the States. I'm like, you could be a regular person and die in the States today. Right? It's just a regular event daily.
So you felt
Has
this
nothing-
misinformation, basically.
Yeah.
Away from the personal drama, I do think that Nouman Lahlew, he represents an opinion that is held by a significant portion of society. And it's happened not just in Morocco. It's happened when older classical music artists attack wigs in Egypt, for example. It's for the same exact reason. It's this whole thing about rap being destructive, about being a violent genre, about just not accepted by an older generation.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna always be a rapper for a young audience, or will there ever be a chance to kind of branch out and have rap go to listeners like your father's generation, my father's generation?
Yeah, I believe things are changing, honestly. I'm 33 years old, and I released my first song when I was probably 22.
Yeah.
So the discourse has matured pretty much. Like, I have a 5-year-old kid. There's always going to be young generations who come with the same energy we had 10 years ago, and they want to be all out, and they want to be violent, and they want to, be uncensored. But they will also grow up, and I feel like me and other guys of my generation are acting like the gatekeepers at this point. Like, we're just keeping the balance, because you always have new energy, but at the same time, you need someone to kind of balance it for the older audience. See what I mean?
You said that us as Moroccan rappers, we were basically too obsessed about exporting our music to the West, Europe or the US.
Yeah.
But you're saying that there's actually a very important opening in Africa, and that there should be a focus on sending the music or exporting the music to Africa instead of to the West. What did you mean by that?
Well, I think that's one of the things I had to touch base with firsthand when I went to Nigeria, and I've seen the impact of music, the Afrima Awards, yeah, and I've seen the impact of music, and I've seen how big the music scene is in Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria is specifically big when it comes to the music industry. But at the same time, it kind of opened my mind to this thing where we always want to please the North when everything is actually happening in the South. There's a lot to explore actually in the East, in the Arab world, or even in the South, in the whole African continent, yeah.
Last question I want to ask you before we wrap up this part. How can Moroccan rap, or actually rap in the region in general, Middle East and North Africa, compete with Arab pop, which is massive, and it's still the dominant music genre in the region? Can there be competition, or is it too big to even face?
I think it's already there. I think we've been waiting for the rise of Egypt, because Egypt has always held a big weight.
You're talking in terms of rap?
Yeah. Talking in terms of rap, because Egypt has been always the center of music business.
Yeah.
Like I remember, you see the thing I told you before about the use of Darija and stuff.
Yeah.
Like up until, I don't know, 10 years ago, if you wanted to blow up, you had to sing in Egyptian. And I'm talking about Moroccan artists. Now it's the other way, actually. Now you got
some artists,
Middle Eastern singers who sing in Darija.
Yeah.
In order to earn that respect or recognition whatsoever. So rap has already taken over, and it became part of the popular culture in that sense.
Okay, well on that note, we're gonna end this part here. We're spending the day together. I wanna keep you for another part. I don't need to speak to management or Rashid, or I don't know who I need to speak to, but I need you for another part. Can we do that?
Nah, I think we're cool.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's nice, man. Well, to be honest, the weather is not bad.
No, it's good.
Yesterday was
awesome.
yeah. It was.
I was actually glad we were filming yesterday.
Yep.
Too sticky, too
Yesterday, man.